Talking NE10 men's basketball today on NE10 Now, the podcast. Josh Morissette joins us from St. Anselm men's basketball. He actually just did another three as we hit record on this. 12 of them this week in a single game, I should say, against Franklin Pierce on Tuesday night. What happened?
It's amazing to talk about because a lot of people are talking about me and the performance, but it wouldn't have been possible without kind of my teammates. Like, you look around, we all had fun. We were all smiling. We were all enjoying ourselves. And they put me in great spots to score. And all I had to do was the easy part, which was putting it in the hoop. So without them, like, Tuesday night wouldn't have happened. So it was definitely a night to remember to kind of share that moment with them and kind of just be on the court with them, smiling, laughing, and having fun. So
first off, congratulations. I buried the lead on that.
thank you.
It's funny as I look back at it, because like we cut the highlights of it and pieced all 12 together. And very quickly, I realized you were in the same spot of the court many times. Walk me through the mindset of a shooter. And like, when you're hot, and you're feeling it from a certain spot and you want to get to your spot. Did you realize at that moment, hey, I need to be on the wing. I need to be in the corner. It's feeling really good from right here. Or was that just a flow of the offense getting you open in those same spots?
Yeah, it was just kind of the flow of the offense. I mean, you look at the first 12 minutes of the game, I was 0 for 3 from the three, and nothing was really going in. The first two didn't feel good at all. And then I finally got like to an open spot in the corner for the first two. And those were like the two that felt good. And then it was just kind of run our offense and find the best shot for our team. Then Franklin Pierce started switching their defense, and they went from zone to man, and we kind of started setting more pin downs and more screens off the ball, and we got a lot of good looks out of there. So like, for us, it was like, find the best shot, find a pin down screen or whatever, and whoever's open, take the shot. And I found myself open a few times.
When do you notice that they're all going in? Like, at what point do you think this is not a normal night?
Yeah, so it felt good pretty for like the first half when like they started going down, but I didn't really realize how many I had hit until one of my teammates was like, "Hey, can you give me one more?" And I asked him, I was like, "I hope so, but like, why?" And he was like, "It would be your 10th." And that's when it kind of like hit me, like, I've never had a night like this before. And I had like guys telling me like, this is unreal. We haven't seen anything like this. So it felt good. The rim felt a little bigger Tuesday night. So
What does that look like? People always say, he must be throwing a beach ball into the ocean and all of those types of cliches. What does it truly look like when you're in that kind of a zone?
I mean, it's just they are right. Like, whatever you throw up, it feels good. The ball would leave my hand, and I thought it was going in. But it also, like, you think about it, defenses are going to be probably a little closer to you. So second half, it was like you have to get the shot off a little quicker if you want to get a shot off, or you have to find other ways to score. I was able to get kind of like a back cut layup once, and that kind of loosened their off ball pressure on me. And that's something Coach Dixon's always telling me to do. Like, you need to get to the rim a little bit. He make shots easier for you behind the arc. But no, the sayings are right. Like, when it's going like that, it does seem like you're throwing a ball into the ocean.
What is your introduction to the NE10 been? And you started your career at Wofford, and you transfer back home to be at St. Anselm and to play in the NE10 and to play Division II. What has that change been like and felt like?
It's been awesome, especially just getting to know like a bunch of like the guys on the other team. I've played with some of them. I think I've played with a guy on mostly all the other teams in the NE10. And when you look around this league, like, a lot of guys can be playing at that next level. Like, the NE10 in my mind can compete with a lot of Division I conferences if they got like that chance. So it's been high level basketball, and it's been more me trying to figure out how to be a more complete player than just kind of this shooter that I was at the Division I level. So like, I'm still adjusting to that. Like, let's expand my game. Let's expand, like, get to the hoop more, get to the foul line, and get easy ones. And I think I can do it. Like, I know I can do it. It's just kind of getting the comfort to go and do that. Especially kind of after Tuesday night, it might be hard to find myself open from behind the arc in a few games coming up. But the introduction to the NE10 has been so much fun. It's high level basketball. It's great pace of play. It's go up and down. Games gonna be in the 80s and 90s, not the 50s and 60s. So it's been a fun style for me to play.
Your coach Keith Dixon said recruiting you out of high school, he was like, yeah, there was no chance. Like we weren't getting that guy. Then we had Justice Ellison on from AIC a couple of weeks ago, and he started at Central Connecticut. And I know sometimes there's like that never not D1 mentality. You're coming out of high school, you're like, I'm playing at the highest absolute level, come hell or high water. What was your recruiting process like coming out of high school? And when did you get in your mind to the point where you're like, no, St. Anselm's the right fit?
Yeah, so coming out of high school, it was hectic. I mean, there was probably 25 schools talking to me. And I was like the COVID years, so like all the fifth years are now in place. So there's not many scholarships out there. And that kind of made it crazy too. So it was really like I want to play at the highest level that I can. I think I can play at the highest level. So it's like find the right fit for you, find the right coaching staff, find the right school, and go there. And that's what I did. Like if you look, I committed when I only had 3 offers, but I thought I found that right fit. And then I kind of got to Wofford, coaches got fired, kind of a hectic scene for a 19-year-old kid to walk into. So it was like, okay, I kind of want to change. And going into the portal, it was like, I just want to find a place where I can go be happy. I can be myself, a high level program, and somewhere where I know I'm going to want to be for the next 3 years. And I knew that was back home. I definitely missed family, friends, and so much, and missed a lot just back home, obviously being in South Carolina last year. So when St. A's reached out, if they didn't reach out to me, I was definitely going to have someone reach out to them because they're a program I've watched since I was 5 years old. My dad was taking me over there for games, and I've got to know Coach Dixon my whole life. My cousin used to coach baseball there. So when he started talking to me, like I kind of knew like that's where I want to be. That's where I can go be myself. And that's a coaching staff that believes in me. And I also, they have a pretty good track record, and Coach Dixon's got a pretty good track record himself. So it's like I kind of want to go add on to that legacy that he's built.
How does St. Anselm allow you to be yourself?
They want me to play my game. I mean, you look at our offensive style, it's like we don't run plays, we run concepts. If you can go to the rim, go to the rim. If you have an open shot, take it. It's very like free flowing, and just kind of a go offense. It's not like strict. There's no really like rules. It's just like if you're at the top, go set a screen, but pass the ball, move it, could like the best team shot. Obviously on defense, it's a little more tactical. Like you have to lock in, you have to follow a game plan. But offensively, it's free flow. Go, go, go. And if you think you have a shot that you like, take it.
You mentioned going to St. A's games as a kid, being around the program at the earliest stages of your life. What are some of your earliest memories of watching games at St. Anselm?
I don't have I think my favorite thing to tell is as I got older, like now probably in high school, still going to their games. I'm now playing with Tyler Arbuckle, who's had an unbelievable career so far. And I remember watching him as a freshman, where he started right away and he just went out and killed it. And I always kind of said, like, I would love to have him on my team. And I never thought I would. At that point, I never thought I'd ever play with him. But now I'm like teammates with him. I'm kind of picking his mind on what he's learned over these 5 years. So like that's been fun. I remember watching that 2019 team that went to the Elite Eight with Tim Gears, Cody Ball, and just how they played, like their system and everything like that. So like I've seen kind of the best teams. I've seen teammates that I'm now playing with. So like those memories are like fun because I always bring it up to Ty. I'm like, hey, I remember you when you were a little freshman, didn't look like you do now. And he always gives me a little laugh and says those are some good times.
I want to end on just a Manchester thought. Being the local guy, sell me on Manchester, New Hampshire, and the community around St. Anselm. What's your favorite part about being from that section of Southern New Hampshire?
I love it. I mean, being in Manchester, I've grew up playing basketball in Manchester. Like I know a lot of the people there. I think the best part is like our little community at St. A's because we're kind of like tucked in to like I think it's the western part of Manchester. So it's like we're tucked in the back and our little community is awesome. I mean, everyone knows everyone. And when the school all hangs out with each other when there's a game, the school's there. Football team is unbelievable at our games. Like they definitely kind of get us into it. They're all into it. But then it's like the Manchester community, it's the Exeter community from back home. It's all of them coming to games. And me just being able to play in front of the people that I grew up with and the people that have meant so much to me has been unbelievable. And that's a big part of why I came home to like play in front of them again and get that support again.
Josh, congratulations on at least one fantastic night to start it off, but the start of your season as a whole, and best of luck as the year unfolds.
Thank you. I appreciate it.